If I were to ask you who Poland's most critical economic partner is, who would you say? Germany, the US, maybe France? For decades, those were the obvious answers. They were the anchors, the traditional sources of investment that helped rebuild and redefine Poland's economy after 1989. But something remarkable and quietly revolutionary has happened in the last few years. Today, the nation pouring in the most significant amounts of capital, creating the most technologically advanced jobs, and fundamentally shifting Poland's place in the global supply chain is none of the above. It's a country nearly 8,000 kilometers away, across a continent and an ocean. South Korea. South Korean investment has exploded, reaching billions of dollars, making Seoul one of the most vital economic capitals for Warsaw. How did this happen? How did this Asian powerhouse, once focused on the West, suddenly turn its massive economic engine towards Central Europe? The answer is a fascinating blend of geopolitics, strategic vision, and the kind of industrial planning that is setting up Poland for the next century. This isn't just about money, it's about a new future built on a partnership that was once almost unthinkable. To understand the now, we have to glance back at the then. After the fall of communism, Poland's economic strategy was laser-focused on integration with the European Union, and rightly so. The early decades were dominated by Western European and American capital. Companies like Volkswagen, Tesco, and various banking giants came in, modernizing Poland's manufacturing base and opening our markets. Poland was a success story, a stable, growing market with a well-educated, relatively affordable, and increasingly skilled workforce. But by the 2010s, this growth needed a new catalyst. Poland had done the catching up. Now Poland needed to leapfrog. Poland needed a partner that could bring a cutting-edge technology, particularly in the rapidly evolving sectors of the future. This is where the Polish location became its greatest asset. It's not just a large domestic market of nearly 40 million people. It's the gateway to the entire EU, offering duty-free access to over 450 million consumers and boasting a logistical spine that runs right through the middle of the continent. Meanwhile, halfway across the globe, South Korea was facing a different kind of challenge. As the world's reliance on China became a geopolitical risk, major Korean conglomerates, the chaebols like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai, started a strategic quest for diversification. They needed a new, safe, and stable global hub for manufacturing products that couldn't risk being caught in future trade wars. They needed a base of operations that was politically aligned with the West, economically integrated into a massive trading bloc, and geographically strategic. Poland checked every single box. Korea's industrial strategy is not about selling existing goods, it's about dominating future markets. And in the 2010s, two future markets became non-negotiable: electric vehicle batteries and defense technology. The European Union was committed to a green transition, meaning massive demand for EV batteries was coming. South Korea's LG, Samsung SDI, and SK Innovation are global leaders in this space. They realized that shipping heavy, dangerous, and time-sensitive battery components from Asia was economically insane. They had to be made in Europe. But why Poland over, say, Hungary or Germany? The Polish government offered significant incentives, including attractive tax holidays and access to large greenfield sites in special economic zones, particularly around the city of Wrocław. Crucially, Poland had the space and the engineering talent. The result? Poland, specifically the area near Kobierzyce, is now unofficially known as Europe's Battery Valley. It's the single largest EV battery manufacturing cluster on the continent, and it is 90% driven by South Korean capital. Let's dive into the scale of this. The undisputed heavyweight champion of Korean investment is LG Energy Solution in Kobierzyce. This single site is the largest lithium-ion battery factory in Europe. It didn't just appear overnight. It represents several phases of investment now measured in the tens of billions of zloty. It produces batteries for almost every major European and American car brand, including Audi, Porsche, and Ford, all manufactured on Polish soil. This facility alone didn't just put Poland on the map. It made Poland the foundational pillar of Europe's entire EV supply chain. And it's not just LG. Samsung SDI established its battery plant near Budapest, but its presence and supporting suppliers also heavily feed the Polish manufacturing ecosystem, and their display and home appliance investments in Poland remain massive. SK Innovation has also committed huge funds to expand its operations here, confirming the Korean industry consensus. Poland is the place to be. Think about the ripple effect. When a giant like LG opens a gigafactory, hundreds of smaller, specialized Korean and Polish suppliers follow to be close to the source. These companies provide components, chemicals, and specialized services, creating an entire industrial ecosystem where none existed before. This is what economists call deep integration. It's not just an assembly line, it's a fully functional, self-sustaining industrial network. This is the heart of what makes the investment so resilient and significant. It's high value, cutting edge, and future-proof. So what does this massive influx of investment mean for the average Pole? First, job creation. The thousands of direct jobs created in the Battery Valley are high-paying specialized positions for engineers, technicians, and supply chain managers. These jobs require advanced skills, increasing the value of Polish human capital. The demand for industrial property, logistics, and housing around these major hubs has completely transformed the local economies of regions like Lower Silesia. Second, infrastructure. Korean investors demand high standards. They put pressure on local and central governments to upgrade road networks, power supply, and telecommunications, benefiting everyone in the region. Third, cultural exchange. It's not just business, it's people. Tens of thousands of South Korean expatriates, from factory managers to researchers, now live and work in Poland. This leads to a quiet but important cultural exchange. Korean language classes are growing, and Polish businesses are adapting to international corporate cultures. In short, the Korean investment is acting as an accelerator, moving Poland from a regional manufacturing hub to a global leader in strategic, cutting-edge industries. It's a validation of Poland's stability, its workforce, and its position at the heart of the new European economy. The story of how South Korea became Poland's largest investor is a story of foresight. It's a story of a large, technologically advanced country, needing a stable entry point into a massive market and a ready, willing, and strategically located host country. It's clear this relationship is here to stay. While challenges remain, such as ensuring a steady supply of skilled labor and integrating two vastly different corporate cultures, the strategic benefits far outweigh them. South Korea has given Poland a future-proof industrial base, and Poland has given South Korea a secure, high-quality gateway to the West. This partnership isn't just a boon for Poland, it's a model for high-tech cooperation in the 21st century. We are living through an incredible transformation, and the Polish-Korean connection is one of the most exciting chapters. What do you think about the impact of Korean investment in Poland? Have you seen the changes in your city or region? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to keep track of the stories that truly define the future of our nation, hit that like button, subscribe to The Poland, and share this video with someone who needs to know about the rise of the Battery Valley. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.